Hello everyone, this is Brian Stark and I am excited to show you our new feature, Budgeted Cash Flow. I'm going to walk you through this thing. The first thing to point out is that you can have as many different budgets as you want. I've got one already created for 2025 year. Let's go ahead and do a new one for 2026. So I'll pick out what entities I want on that budget, and also I can copy last year's actual balances into the budget. That will save me some time because I want to start with something, right? And this here, I can kind of see my numbers flowing in from a year ago. And if I hit the edit button, I can now edit this budget and put my values in for revenue, expenses, and other things. So I'm going to start with the corn sales. I'm going to say that I didn't have any corn sales and plan on doing anything in March of 2026, but maybe in April I do plan on having some corn sales, and as well as in December. So I'll go ahead and just plug those numbers in like this. What's really interesting is this total column. So if you project, let's say, 8,000 of interest income, if you put the number in the total column, it actually calculates each month for you. Now, these numbers here, you can delete them, right? You can also put new numbers in if you want. It's got all kinds of flexibility there for you. For my soybean sales, I'm going to delete this and say that I plan on having bean sales in October. We'll put a new value in here of 56,000. And so by filling this number in, it is actually creating this budget as I go here. I'm going to open up expenses now and look at my chemical expense. Again, these numbers can be easily changed. I know for chemical expense in December, I've got a pretty big bill I got to pay, about 65,000. And again, kind of work through here my fertilizer expense. I think in May I've got about $52,000 bill I got to pay, and then in November another big one of $69,000. Fuel and oil, not sure per month here, but I know for a total I had about $12,000 in fuel expense. Same way with utility expense, I can plug that number in, and I'm just going to put in 1,300 for the whole year. I'm going to collapse expenses and now focus on asset sales or asset purchases. Just a great feature here because you can start planning out your 2026 equipment or land purchases. I'm going to say that in March, I do plan on purchasing a combine for $100,000. So I'll put that number in. And also I had some new debt with that new combine of 80,000. And I have some debt reduction, and I'm going to be having payments of that. So let's say it was about $9,000 per year. I can delete these cells here and get it set up just the way I like it. One thing to point out here as you start to work out the budget and kind of tidy things up, and there's going to be lots and lots of rows here that you don't use. You do have a really nice feature in Traction called non-zero accounts. If you switch it over to this, it will remove all those other accounts and just keep the ones that you're using. This just looks a lot better, and it's just not quite as distracting. The one thing I want to point out here is the very bottom row here called cash position. So you've got green and red. The green is good. That kind of tells you right off the bat that you've got some cash flowing into those months. You got plenty of cash to carry over. But once you get into those red, the negative reds, that means you could use some help with cash. So this is just a great conversation point to have with your accountant or ag lender, because those months of May, June, July, August, according to my budget right now, are going to be months I'm going to need a little more help. So maybe that operating loan conversation can come into play here. I'm going to hit the save button, show you one more thing. I'm going to switch between my 2026 to my 2025 budget, and I'm going to switch it from my budgeted only to my budgeted versus actual. One of the things that our farmers really like about this is being able to compare what you budgeted versus what actually happened per month. And so the software is always giving you this number. You can always go here and compare month by month, account by account, and see how things are going. The other thing that you can do is click this export button, the lower right corner. The export allows you to export the entire thing as a CSV file, so that way you can pull it into a spreadsheet, maybe share it with a CPA or business partner. And really, this is how the future is working. So we're really, again, very excited about this. You can navigate right here to budget, hit budget cash flow, bring it up. You can create as many budgets as you want, and I think you'll find out that it's quite flexible in terms of doing like best case scenario, worst case scenario budgets. Again, if you ever have any questions, let us know. We're always looking forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.